Hi, once again. This is Vanessa. I am an ACE certified personal trainer. My credentials right there. Today, in this video series, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing a series of box exercises that you can do on a 14-inch, 6 or 14-inch box. For some of the exercises, you can use a chair, and that's the reason that I have the chair handy. One, it serves as a tabletop, so I can put other props on, or papers and stuff on it, so that when I'm doing the video, I can refer to it. There are many exercises that I have on these various sheets of paper. Here is the workout that I'm going to be taking you through today. Now this box here, if you have not seen my other videos, this box is long. Now there are some people that have a box that's similar to this, only it is square. Okay, it's perfectly fine to use a square box. I just happen to use this one because it's a lot easier for me to, it was closer in proximity. The 6-inch portion of the 3-in-1 square stackable box of mine is being used for something else at this point, and it's not easy to get out of that particular location. So I'm using this box, and this one gives you a little more room to move around it. So those that have an adjustable bench, vertical bench, where you can adjust it vertically or lay it flat, you're welcome to use that bench as well. I'm just showing you on this step because this is what I happen to have at the time. There are going to be 5 exercises on here. I should be able to get them done in less than 30 minutes, possibly just under 20 minutes or around 20 minutes. We shall see. And the exercises on here, you can use a variety of weights. I'm going to be using either a single 8-pound dumbbell or a pair of 8-pound dumbbells, depending upon the exercise. We're going to be working the abdominals and oblique areas right in here, the back of the arm, triceps. We're going to be working the biceps and this area right in here, the latissimus, goes from here all the way down. Excuse me. The lower part of the body, the legs, glutes, and a little bit of the hamstring, but not as much. It's more of a supporting role, with the bicep curl involved in that lower body action. And for that one, we'll only use the 6-inch step. And we will do, for the ballerinas out there, we will do a plie squat with side raises. And I may have to lighten the weight instead of using 8 pounds, using a pair of 5s. But we shall see. The first exercise. Oh, and before you do any of these videos, I know that I may have not mentioned it to you previous. Please warm up, march in place, listen to some music, and warm up for at least 2 minutes, if not 3, prior to doing a video like this. The reason for that, if you work out a cold muscle, a muscle that has not been warmed up yet, the likelihood of injury is 10 times greater than if you warm it up first and then do the exercise. It doesn't matter if it's endurance training, or therapeutic training, meaning using body weight or light weight like 1 or 2 pounds. There's still a risk of injury because the muscles are cold. The muscles are like a rubber band. If you stretch it before you have warmed it up, it could snap. I have actually seen people doing exercises in the gym. They haven't warmed up yet, and they try to do a leg press on one of those machines, Smith machines I think it is, where you stack the weights on either side, and they try to push 400 pounds and they wind up ripping something in their lower body because they did not warm up first. So please warm up, and at the end of the workout, please cool down. Do the same type of exercise, but in a slower range of motion as when you warmed up. Okay, moving on. You're welcome to leave your comments below. I do enjoy constructive criticism, so I have no problems there. Let's see. First exercise, oblique crunches on the box. Now on this one, I believe you do not need to use weight for this one. If you want to use weight, then you can have the weight here at your chest and do it like this, okay? Now, I'm not going to use weight. I want to first show you a side view so that you know how far back I'm going. For those that find it difficult to go as far back as I am, don't go that far back. So I'm going to go to the side here. Now I'm scooting myself to the edge of this box, okay? Because when I rotate myself back or when I lean back, my butt still has a surface with which to sit. So if I'm here and I lean back, the sensor in the brain feels there's nothing back there. I'm going to fall. Holy crap. And so it freaks out and you flail. So when you scoot forward, even though part of your butt or part of your lower half is going to be coming off the step, when you lean back, it's like, oh, okay, I have more surface there. I'm good. The brain doesn't freak out. And if the brain doesn't freak out, the body doesn't freak out. So if you don't have shoulder issues, if your shoulders are okay, place the hands behind the head. Lengthen the leg, the front leg out. I'm going to lengthen the leg out that's closest to the camera, you guys. You may do both legs, but for the purpose of the video, so that you don't just get totally bombarded with which side did I last do, I'm going to do it one leg at a time. So, hands behind the head. If you need extra support, place this hand, same leg and hand here. Because the opposite elbow, when you come forward, it's going to do this motion here. Okay? You're going to draw opposite elbow and knee together. It's not going to touch. Mine aren't touching. But you're going to bring them along the same line. Let me show you the front view of that. Sorry, I had a little protein ball so that I could have energy for this video. So if I belched through it, I'm so sorry. I just needed to have a quick snack before I did this. If you're having trouble with the back, don't lean as far back, okay? If you're okay, contract the abdominals first. Lean back. I'm feeling it right there very intensely. So I'm going to put this hand back here. Extend this leg out in front. I'm not sure if you can see that foot, that leg down there, but it is there. Opposite hand here. Now, if your shoulder's giving you a hard time, cross it over your chest and do this motion here. Okay? So this elbow is a little closer to that knee. But on this one, and those that are just beginning in this, they may feel this hip flexor kicking in and be like, oh man, that's really intense. It's called a hip flexor because at the hip joint, when the muscle is, when you're in this position, it does this. This muscle here, literally, its job is to flex, bring that leg up. So don't worry too much about that. As long as you're feeling it within this area right here, you're okay. That's good. I'm going to switch to the other side just to give you a visual of what you need to do. Exhale. If you're having a hard time extending and bending, then do this. Okay? And if you're still having a hard time, if the knee just doesn't want to be bent, then do this motion here. It's okay. Because you're still getting the work in this oblique pocket, but adding that knee really intensifies and really makes it just hits that sweet little spot there. Gives you a nice little looking midsection there. Okay, your French press. Let me adjust the camera because I do want you to see. There we go. Okay. I'm going to use a single dumbbell for the French press. When I do a French press, I like to do it with one dumbbell. When I do it, I typically go with a heavier dumbbell. When you do it with two dumbbells crossed like this, some people with their hands, they don't quite have, it doesn't always feel very comfortable to have the weights all crunched up like that. So, I am quite alright with you taking a single dumbbell and using it like this, okay? Some people like to hold it like this. I find that if you're doing it like this, that if one hand slips, then the other one, it's a very awkward way to hold this weight. So that's why, and you could drop it. That's why I try to hold it like this. Okay, I'm going to show a side view. And you've seen me do this in some of my other videos. And now in the other ones I've used a 7-pound. This is an 8-pound. Okay. Curl it, bring it into the chest, push it up overhead, pin the elbows into the head, or as close as you can. You just don't want them to flare out like that. I'm splitting my stance with my feet. You may have your feet wherever it's most comfortable. I find this stance more comfortable for me. Push it straight up. You don't want to do this. No. Up over the head and let the palm face the ceiling. Throughout the move, bending at the elbows, throughout the move, the palm is always going to face the ceiling, no matter what position the elbow is in, or forearm. Now notice, I'm going a little below the 90-degree angle of this. You may stop here, that is fine. Those that are intermediate to advanced, go as far down as you can because it gives you a tiny stretch, and then push. You're pushing your palm towards the ceiling on this one. Okay, I'm facing front. And so you don't ever want to do this whole momentum thing here when you see me doing this here. I'm rocking. You may feel it more intensely in the tricep, but doing that rocking motion can actually affect your back in a very negative way. You don't really want to do that. That is a no-no in my book. Double arm light row. I will show you the double arm light row. I will also show you a modification for those that have weakness in the back but still want to do a lat row. Oh, also for those that have a hard time doing the French press like that have a hard time getting their elbows pinned in, or they have shoulder problems and can't get their hands up like this, let me show you a modification on the tricep exercise. I put one foot on the step because of my low back. If you don't have that problem, you can do this position here, put opposite hand on the thigh, and do a tricep kickback like this. Let me get a little closer. There we go. If you have back issues with your back, one foot on the step. There we go. And you want to make sure that the dumbbell stops right at the hip level. You don't want it to come way up here at the stomach. If you come here, then you're stretching it. You don't want to really stretch the tricep until the very end. The only reason that I allowed my range of motion to go farther than 90 degrees on that French press was for the intermediate or advanced exerciser. That was it. Alright, I'm going to show the double arm light row. I'm going to show it seated, so it's a little easier to do. Well, for those of us that have back problems, it's easier to do it. I'll also show you the standing version as well. Let me make sure the camera is in the correct position here. Okay, tilt it down slightly. There we go. All right. Okay. I'm going to sit on the corner of this step here so that you can get somewhat of a side angle. Your palms are going to be facing each other. You're going to hinge. This is your hinge point right here. I've seen people that do this and they do this. See, I'm shortening my shoulders before I even lift anything. I see them doing it at the gym all the time. And they're the ones that have the earbuds in and they're blasting their music. And I'm like, I try to say something, but they continue doing what they're doing because they think that they know everything. Maybe they have some type of superpower that I'm not aware of. Anyhow. Hinge from the hips. Palms are facing each other. You're going to draw your elbows in towards your waist. Actually, past your back. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Turn to the side here. Pinching the shoulder blades together. Rotating front slightly. This is not as affected on my back. Meaning I can do this exercise, but I have to lighten my weight when I do the double arm lat row. I don't feel it as much in my back as I would with the standing lat row, which is what I'm going to do right now. The standing lat row, let me adjust the camera there so that you can see. Standing lat row, you'd be doing this. Feet about hip distance apart. You're going to hinge from the hips, bend the knees slightly. Palms are still facing each other. This is your double arm, standing double arm lat row. Now the way that I have to do it is I have to do it like this because I have low back issues. And my husband and I, we just got an adjustable bed. And that was because on the flat mattress that we had before, I was having such a hard time sleeping. I was like, I've got to get something to support my back or something because my back is killing me when I wake up. We went to the adjustable bed. Haven't had a problem since. I don't have to sleep 7, 8, 9, 10 hours in a night. I can sleep 7 hours and feel a little groggy, but 8, 9 hours, I'm like, I'm good. Okay. Now, lunges with bicep curls. These weights, I'm going here in front. We will only use the top step, so I'm going to move some equipment out of the way. Moving the 8-inch step, putting the 6-inch step in its place. Dumbbells behind, moving this forward. And if anyone is curious as to the brand of step that I have, this is a step from the firm. I got it from firmdirect.com. Now, if you try to go to the website, it's going to ask you for a username and password. Don't worry about that. You should be able to go onto Amazon and find it. This particular step, it's called the Transfirmer. And this is a very versatile step. I really love it. I'm not trying to promote their products. I just happen to enjoy using their product line. I find it very versatile in multi areas of my life. Okay. And so what you're going to do, I'm going to adjust this step a little bit. It's not quite straight. Okay. All right, so as you lunge, you're going to do that bicep curl. Oh, let me adjust the camera there. All right. Hopefully you can see. All right. Yes, when you pick up weights, please bend your knees and use your legs to pick up the weights. I'm not standing too far behind. I'm standing maybe 1 foot distance of my own behind. 1 foot on. You want to engage the back toe, front heel, I should say. As you bend both knees to get yourself down, do that bicep curl. Push into the front foot to stand. And do that again. If you're having a hard time doing both exercises, doing the lunge and the bicep curl, then just take the bicep curl out. Just do this motion here. That's okay. Now, if you want to try it, but you're not quite sure if you have the coordination, then just do one arm. It's okay. I'm going to do both. One more. Switching legs. Gotta try to make it even for you folks. And I'm not lunging deep. I'm not taking a large stride forward for the lower body. And I'm not using massive weights. I don't have 20 pounds in my hands in each arm. And part of that is, if I were to do it, this is the last one on this one. If I were to do that, my heart rate would be elevated so high that I literally would not be able to talk to you and coach you through this. And so that's the only reason that I chose lighter weights. Because ordinarily I would use 10 pounds or maybe even 12 to do this type of exercise, even for the biceps for myself. Because I know that that's what I can handle. But in order to teach you this, to take you through this tutorial, I've got to lighten my weight so I can talk to you. Okay. Then with side raises. Want to make sure. Okay, I remember how to do this one. All right. I'll reassemble the box. This is the last one, so, and I have roughly 10 minutes left on the timer. And I will double check video here.